the show today. Hope everyone's well. There we go. Got my normal cup of tea ready for everyone. Just waiting for a few viewers to churn up. There's the first one. So I hope everyone's good. What do we want to talk about today? Let's have a guess. Shall we talk about Leicester? We don't normally talk about Leicester, so let's talk about Leicester, shall we? Right. There's not really a lot that's gone on this week so far, has there? Ben Hamer's gone. So does that mean we're going to have another keeper? Or are we going to have just the two we've got already? And maybe one of the young keepers. Morning, Craig, how are you? Morning, Richard, how are you? So are we going to go for another keeper? Which keeper do you think we're going to go to back up Schmeichel? Or is Jukovic, I can never pronounce his name. Morning, Josh, how are you? Is he going with the backup keeper? Morning, Sam, how are you? Morning, Claire, how are you? Morning, Simon. Morning, James, how are you? Morning, Lewis. You're back in Leicester now. Morning, David, how are you? Right, so Robert Hood's gone as well. Oh, cheers, Simon. Well appreciated. So Hood's gone as well. So are we going to get another centre-half in? Do we need another centre-half? It's same here, Richard. It's very cloudy and looks like rain today. Here. Oh, cloudy, windy. Paul's there. Remember, 135. Morning, Si. I've just had a friend's request of you, Si. Is that you or is that someone else? Is that a fake one or is that definitely you, Si? So Hamer's gone. What keeper? I think we do need another keeper. So, do we buy a backup keeper, or do we buy another number one to push Schmeichel a bit? Because I think Schmeichel needs a bit of pushing, to be honest. Get Butland in and sell Kasper. I love Kasper, and he's done much. So, okay, Simon, I'll accept it later, mate. I agree with that. He's done as well, but last year Schmeichel went down a little bit. Morning, Anton. How are you? I know you're from Leicester, mate. So, back up. Okay, so I'll answer that one later. And said, I haven't got a clue what that says. So, we're all going. So, what keepers do we think Leicester will try to sign? Are we going to go for Butland? Are we going to go maybe Carson from Derby? Morning, Adrian. How are you? Morning, Malk. How are you? Or are we just going to go for another number two like Hamer and Jukovic were? Or do we actually go bite the bullet and buy big to push Schmeichel? New kit. Who's seen the new kit so far? Anyone like the new kit? The blue one? I don't mind the blue one. It looks very Chelsea-ish though for me. And then the black. Is it black or is it grey? Oh, yeah, Simon. I'm glad you said that because I would get in trouble if I said that. We'll go on to England in a minute. Let me finish about Leicester first, then we'll go on to England. Yeah, so remind me of that one in a few minutes when I get on to England. Yeah, I thought that as morning, Steve. How are you? Why would Mahrez be pictured in a new kit if he was going? Why? He didn't look very happy. All the others were, and giving it the... Mahrez was just... Pope. Oh, Nick Pope from Burnley. Yeah, could be good. I don't want Joe Hart. Morning, Tash. How are you? Yeah, I'd buy Pope. Pre-season fixtures. Yeah, it is a bit nice, but 55 quid. It's gone up another £5, hasn't it? Bit expensive these kits are nowadays. Unless you just go for the old retro ones. Look, I've got the old when we won the championship, and look, a bit of advertising on the back as well. Isn't massive important to sign. Don't think we should spend much on one. Yeah, but a decent goalkeeper is we need a decent goalkeeper in that Premier League really because the defence is a little bit dodgy at the minute. Going on defence. Where's Morgan? To Stoke. 6.5 million? Is that true? 6.5 million. Stoke are willing to pay for 30. Is he 33? Willing to pay 6.5. How are you, Richard? How are you? 6.5 million, is that true? I'm not sure whether that's just paper talk or some Twitter rumour, but I've seen that one this morning. Well, I saw it the other day, actually. 6.5 million. I thought, yeah, I'll take 6.5 million for Wes. Morning, James. Morning, Tom. Part of the 100% LCFC crew. All doing their own little bit. Morning, Anthony. How are you? 34. So would you really pay, morning, Joe, would you pay 6.5 million for a 34-year-old, really? So I can't see that rumour being true, really. It might go, yes, but I can't see 6.5 million being true at all. If it is, yeah, you would take it. For a 34-year-old, you would take it. I don't know. I really don't understand why the other keeper, I can't pronounce his name, didn't get much of a chance, really. Don't you think Casper is decent enough? Snap their hand. They think Casper is decent enough. 6.5 million. No, I'm talking about Wes Morgan's 6.5 million. Nothing to do with Casper. No, Casper's done well for us, but last year, I don't know, it didn't seem his normal self to me. I might be wrong. He saved us lots of times. He saved some good penalties. Morning, Daz. How are you, mate? How's it going? Morning, Gareth. But yeah, Casper, I like him. He's done us proud. But a couple of times he looked a bit static. Didn't come. Morning, Gary. How are you? Didn't come. I don't know. He just something about him. His head wasn't on it last year. Maybe the World Cup was on his mind a bit. Jakupovic. Is that right, Robert? Jakupovic. Sam Hughes looks good in the... See, I never saw him. But will Dragovic come? Because Bayer Leverkusen have got European football now. Get Liam Moore back. He's probably going Brighton, actually, Liam Moore, Lewis. Plausible, he's still a contracted player. He's a big player for the club. The deal to Man City might not be as close as people thought. I'm not surprised he had his picture taken in a kit. So people think... Do people think that Mahrez is staying or Mahrez is going? Just because he's had his photo in a kit doesn't necessarily mean that he's staying. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going neither. But who knows? Who knows in the world of football? Anything can happen. Another one. James Madison. Morning, Craig. How are you? James Madison from Norwich. The Norwich papers are saying the deal's nearly done to go to Leicester. But on Sky Sports News and everything, it wasn't. Spurs, Everton, were all ahead of us. Morning, Dave. How are you? Would have made Huth a coach. See, I think Huth thinks he's still got a couple more years down at a champion club, which I think he will do. I think Huth will play well at a Champions League, in the Championship level. He'll be a good player. Richard, I do think he's going myself. I really do. It's just a surprise when you click on the photos and he's there and you think, oh, hold on a minute. Why would you pick a player to have the photo that might be going? Anthony, like I just said, he's Bayer Leverkusen, his hometown club. Well, not his home club, sorry, that have got him on, that we've bought him on loan from, are in European football. He could go back and get a game. You never know. Thing is, he's still part of Leicester until he's at, yeah. You could be right there, Sam. Totally true. Joe, 60 million quid plus a few add-ons. I think it said 70, made it 15 million extra add-ons. 75 million for him. Yeah, after last season, snap the hand off. Cheers, mate, Man City. But do you think he's going to be like Danny Drinkwater? Danny Drinkwater struggled to play, really. We'll have to wait and see. Is Gray... I know I was asking this one. Is Gray good enough to come in for Mahrez? I'm sorry. No. He had his chance. He done the first few games with Puel. He did really well. But he had his chance. I don't rate Puel. I don't rate Gray at all. If somebody wants to come in for money, we should have taken the money. Are now close to the Mahrez deal. I'll have him all day. But according to the Norwich papers this morning, I only had a look online, but it says that the deal's nearly done to Leicester. It's all paper talk. All paper talk. You just until he's signed on the dotted line and he's holding his Leicester shirt. Diabate is good enough to come. Yes, I think Diabate is. I think Diabate will be good enough to come in for Mahrez. I really do. He isn't good enough. God enough. He's definitely not God, Gareth. That's for certain. Gray's too big for his own boots. Yeah, I think he's got a big chip on his shoulder. I think everyone's agreeing. Sell Gray. He'll be... Oh, right. Ricky, how are you? Right. Ricky John Heckelman is fighting in the King Power. next weekend. Please, everyone, go and sponsor him. He'll be wearing my shirt with the Fox's arms on it. So everyone that's available and goes to watch him, please sponsor him. It's at the King Power next Saturday night. So Ricky, make sure you've got it, my name on the front, just in case you do get done over and you're lying on your back. At least people will still see the front of it, not the back. Cheers, Ricky. Thank you. Enjoy it. Have a good day. It's twice as good as... Yeah, Dear Batty is twice as good as Gray. And he seems to have got a brain more than Gray has. Give Gray another season. I still think... We've been saying that for ages. We've been saying that for a long time about Gray. But he just doesn't do it consistently. When he comes on, he doesn't... Morning, Stuart. How are you? He doesn't do it. He comes on... to me, Gray isn't that good. The money that they're offering, 25 million, if someone comes in, we could be awesome. But I don't think Gray... I'm not sure about Gray. I really don't. I think Gray is very 50-50. Andreas, you're a bit behind. The other week it was 125. And I said for it to happen every week, it's got to go up by 10. And I did it at 125. So this week it's 135 until I do it again. So it's 135, viewers. Morning, Paul. How are you? Gray not good enough. Gray not had enough game time. He's still learning. Shootout at Covell 11 Rocks playing at the King Power today. Good luck, Stuart. Hope they all do well. Don't forget, just enter, go. For a free new t-shirt, go to the website, leicesterfanzone.com and enter. Richard, yes, 25 million. I would take him 25 million. No one's mentioned James and King next season. Let us know your views. Ooh, what would you do with James and King? Would you keep King, get rid of James, or would you keep James and get rid of King? Just as a backup. He probably won't play many games. The odd cup game here and there. But that's what... Morning, Darren. How are you? Would you keep one? I don't think you can keep both of them, because I think we've got enough in the midfield. Morning, Jake. How are you? Jack Grealish. Do we really leave them both? Adam, you mean let them leave? I wouldn't say you need to keep both. One, I would say. You need to keep one of them. Mendy, there you go. Mendy. The Polish lad, Kaputski. They're both midfielders. What would you do with them? See, I've seen that, James, as well. I've got that down on here. Morning, Ricky. How are you? How's the little one? Yes, I've seen that. If we get 25 million, do we go for Loftus-Cheek? Yes, I'd go for Loftus-Cheek. I really would. He's a quality player. He played well for England last night. If I add to the two of them, I would keep King. But I would also go for Loftus-Cheek from Chelsea. Because I think he would be a decent buy in that middle of midfield. He's what we need. I mean, if you look at some of my videos and also Phil's videos, we're both championing the causes for buying players with Premiership experience. The foreigners, yeah, they might be good, but we need Premiership experience. Maybe British, but we need but we need them with Premiership experience. That's what we need. More Premiership experience to come into. Not all these foreigners. Foreigners might be good. We thought Silva was going to be good. We thought Abor was going to be good, but they didn't have Premiership experience. You keep asking these questions. Salami, keep or sell. Everyone that listens to my shows know I like playing. My football would be 4-4-2. Big man, small man up front. That's how I would love to play football. But you don't play football nowadays like that. Not bring Drinkwater back. No, I don't think Drinkwater would fit now, to be honest. Wenger in. What? That's the first manager post I've seen. Oh, it's hard work talking like this. Dry throat all the time. Salami. It'd have to be Salami, sorry. Ajawar. Not sure about him. I think Salami. A little bit more skillful. Martin, yeah. Keep the youngsters. But how many youngsters would you keep and how many deadwood would you get rid of? That's the thing. Ebora, yeah, he has been, but he seems to be a bit slow for my liking. The Premiership's quick. La Liga's very slow and build up. What about players of the season for the Championship? Yeah, that's why Maddison or Grealish. Yes, Tom. Maybe not 18 million, but if someone came in with 20 plus, then yeah, you'd have to seriously think about it. But yeah, keep Slim. I would. We need a plan B. We definitely need a plan B, which we haven't got. Another season, top 7 with a couple of additions. Yeah. You'd have said Wenger in. I can't see you get Sessegnon from Fulham, Brad. I really can't. Just come up. Was he 17? Surely clubs would be. What about us? Surely clubs will be after him. He's like a workhorse. He is, but where would he actually fit in? We need a. You can't keep relying on Vardy to score all the goals. Since a time, Scott, I agree with you there. We were playing a lot of balls. We had a lot of crosses coming in last year, but there was no big man. There was only small. There was no plan B, so we didn't have any. We kept the crosses coming in, and nothing was happening. There was no big man that Salami would have not buried him, but at least have been on the end of him to try and get him in the back of the net. Thoughts on Wes Morgan? If they offered us 6.5 million, Josh, yeah, I would do. Pretty sure Leicester have set Salami buyout. See, Newcastle have said they're not. Newcastle said they're not going to sell him. Have to keep our international quality players. Right. Talked about international now. Yesterday. Did anybody watch the England game last night? As soon as I saw the team, no Leicester players in it, I thought, what's going on here? And I thought, oh, he'll get about 15, 20 minutes at the end. And he brings Welbeck on instead. Danny Welbeck. Right. Listen to this. Rashford, whole season, he had 61 shots, scored 7 goals. Welbeck, 32 shots, scored 5 goals. Vardy, 59 shots and he scored 20 goals in the league. What's Vardy got to do to get in that team? What has he got to do? Vardy, as much as I hate Kane, I do not like Harry Kane at all. But what has Vardy and Kane got to do to play together? They've scored 50 plus goals in the league this year. Yes, he is, Simon, thank you. Now you can say that. I'm talking about it. He is. He's such an idiot. I think it was going on about Harry Kane 5 minutes after he'd gone on. Or if Harry Kane was this and Harry Kane was that. Oh my God, it did. Oh. Huddle. There's an England team there. It's not just Harry Kane. It's not just Spurs players. England play as a team. But what gets me is 10 out of the 11 players played for the Big Four. There was only Pickford that played for Everton. It's such a biased English team at the minute. You pick players on form, not on clubs. You pick players on form. Vardy and Kane would have ripped shreds as much as I hate. I know he hasn't. As much as I hate Harry Kane, him and Vardy up front, 50 goals plus in the league last year. 50 goals go with Southgate. You play them together. Lethal strike force. And I tell you what, I reckon that'll be the team that starts the first game against Tunisia. I really do. Sterling. Nothing. Oh, and the commentary. When Kane got the ball at the end. Oh, Kane, surely. What, Glenn Hoddle? Oh, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. What have Spurs actually won? Correct. Nothing. They're just a bunch of bocklers. You play the form players. You play the form players. Sterling. How many chances did he have to have yesterday? Yeah, if Vardy goes, he's going to lose his England team. I think he knows that. Welbeck, Sterling, they had chances. Morning, Lee, how are you? They both had chances. But they didn't. They just fluffed him. They put him sky high. There was one that Sterling ran through and he should have hit it with his left foot. But he took another touch, did a little pirouette, and then chipped it over and nothing. You play your form players. You do not play what we play. I can't stand Steve. I can't stand Kane or Hoddle. But Kane and Vardy up front. Surely someone tell me a better partnership. Kane up front and Vardy up front. Can someone tell me what's wrong? Why? Is it because, morning, Carl? Is it because Gareth Southgate doesn't like Leicester because we beat him a few times when he was at Villa and Middlesbrough. I don't know. But even, like, somebody just made a comment there about the Spurs players don't pass to Vardy. Anyway, sometimes, there's some games there that I've seen, the England games, Vardy doesn't get the ball at all. They don't pass to him at all. It is, Chris. It's a no-brainer. It's never going to happen. Vardy, Kane, yeah. He's not scored in 20 games. Who's not scored in 20 games? See, I won't... Yeah, see, he got... Yeah. Vardy would be better versus Belgium than other two. Save him for latter games. No. If you play in, you get consistency. You get time in your legs. You never tell me you've got to save a player. Yeah, Ali and Dyer do not do it for England. Neither could play it. Correct. We need the better. Why is Kane captain? Correct. Why is Harry Kane captain? Why? You tell me. Because he plays for Spurs. Yeah, correctly. Vardy and Kane would play well together. How Welbeck made... Yes, correct. I know this is not about Leicester. This is about England now. He's a big game player. Yeah, but you play... And yes, I know he is. He's scored goals against the top 6 teams this season. The first player ever to do that. Why isn't he playing? He needs confidence. With Leicester, no Maguire should be playing. Kane, flick on from Kane. Yeah, correct. I do not like Harry Kane. But Vardy and Kane up front would rip things about. As he's good. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. I heard that as well. I heard that. Who should be England's captain? Is there any outstanding candidates for England captain, really? I mean, Jordan Henson, he's a... Don't like him. Who's going to be a regular player? Probably, he's right. The only regular player is going to be Kane because it's Glenn Hoddle's love child, isn't it? Harry Kane is. So he's going to play no matter what. Yeah, correct. Vardy works harder than Kane ever would. Yeah, correctly. Stones and Cahill are not even first choice for the clubs. Maguire's playing week in, week out. Morning, Mark. How are you? Yeah, you are a little bit late. So I've nearly done. I've only got about 5 minutes left, but at least you got here in the end. That's one good thing. So Leicester have got 10 players going. That's more than Arsenal, and I think that's more than Chelsea have got. That tells you something. There was a chance yesterday. There could have been 5 Leicester players on that pitch at any one time. We only got 2. Musa played well yesterday, didn't he, when he came on? Thought Musa played quite well. Musa and Iheanacho came on. And that left Ndidi, and Maguire all on the bench. He has got a decent scoring record. But anybody could score. When the amount of chances he has, anybody can score. Future England captain, yeah. I think Maguire could be, but it's not in a top 14. So you're not going to pick a captain. Can you imagine the FA going, Leicester, top. Harry Maguire plays for Leicester. He can't be captain. He's not allowed to be captain. And then there's something. It's Kane's voice that does me. How can they understand him? Yeah, I saw that. Get some more in if we want to move forward. There were doubts over Maguire's fit. Oh, is that what they said, Scott? I didn't see the build-up. I was working, so I didn't see it. But okay then, fair enough. If he was slightly injured. Oh, okay then. I'll hold my hand up to them too, Maguire and Ndidi. Kane has proved himself now. I think he's been consistent. Yeah, he has done. But I'm on about the formation more. I don't like Harry Kane. So I really think it's getting a bit dark here at the minute. Dyer is overrated, as most of the Spurs squad are, correctly. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see what happens in the wash. It'll all come out in the wash soon, won't it? In, 12 days' time it starts? And it's raining. In 12 days' time it starts? All the games will be shown live at the Foxes. It's really coming down now. It's raining, and I've got to go work in an hour. Need them to get to the semi-finals when we're over in July, just down the road. That'd be nice, Rob. Do you really think England are going to get to the semi-final? Anybody think England digging at the... I always do. Don't like Spurs. Anybody like Spurs? I do hope so, Jason. It was rested. Vardy will play up front. Vardy probably will play against Costa Rica on Thursday night. But he'll play up front on his own. I can't see that working. Needs to be 2 up front. Yeah. Like I said, Craig, 10 out of the 11 were top 4 players. There was only Pickford that was... see, everyone's agreeing with me. No to the semi-final. I don't think we will. Might get through the group stage and then we'll get one of the big boys and that'll be it. I think England could win it. Are you still drunk from last night, Phil? And it's raining. Oh, it's lovely weather here. The wind's picking up. Look at this, look. Look how miserable it looks. Oh, it's lovely here. Who wants to be in Mallorca now when it's like this? Look, absolutely fantastic. Look. Absolutely lovely. Right, I'm going to go. Hi, Brian. Hope you're all right. Went off Spurs in 1961. Right, I'm going to go. So, it's... My tip is France. Oh, yeah, good choice there. I'm going to go. So, it's adios. Ciao, ciao. No, not enough people. No. Ha, 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 ha. 135 to get me in there. I did it 2 weeks ago at 125. Each week it goes up by 10. I'll be there. Come on, England. Yeah, come on, England. But I can't see us getting to the semi-final, though. Yeah. Right. So it's ciao, ciao. Adios. Au revoir. Goodbye. Have a good day. See you all later.